All right. So I'm going to give my best movies of 2025 there. I got 13 films in best of, and then I got a few honorable mentions there. So I'm going to go through my list. And before number one, I'm going to do my honorable mentions and do that. But yeah, let me go through this list here. All right there. Some of these, you might see some crossover between me and Nick's list there. But my first movie, my number 13th movie, favorite movie of 2025 is going to be for the comedy Naked Gun. The Naked Gun. Man, it's been a minute since we've seen some spoof movies there. I thought this was one of the funniest movies of the year, without a doubt. Liam Neeson was perfect for this, given his role in the Taken movies being so, I guess, pun intended, taken seriously in those roles there. And, good to poke fun of himself. And I think he works in a movie like this really, really well. Pamela Anderson also is really good in this. Really, really funny movie. Knows when to get in and get out. Doesn't overstay its welcome, which is always great for a comedy, not to overstay its welcome there. But yeah, this really, really worked on a lot of levels there, and I enjoyed it a lot, quite a bit there. So yeah, definitely one of the funniest movies of 2025 was Naked Gun. All right there, and I know you've seen it though, Neil, though, right?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters after you reviewed it, but like, boy howdy, it's hilarious. I loved it.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't get nominated. He should have got nominated for comedy. I mean, he's kind of in one of the only pure comedies.
Oh, you're right. Like this is a whole different conversation, but this is why the comedy or musical category is so messed up.
Yeah. All right, my number 12 pick is going to be for Zach Krieger's Weapons. Love Barbarian, and he returns with another hit for me with Weapons here. Barbarian was also one of my favorite movies of the year that came out. And I would love to see where he keeps going from here and how he develops. I think next up is the Resident Evil movie for him, correct?
Yes, it is. That so far the only announced cast member is Austin Abrams.
Okay. He was the crackhead, right?
Yeah, he was the crackhead in this.
Okay, or the meth head, I should say. Or no, he was smoking crack, right? He was smoking crack. Yeah, he was Hunter Biden. Yeah. So yeah, this movie really awesome here. Really great performances. Like I said, this cast totally different from the one that was anticipated to be in it there. And yeah, this really works. Amy Madigan. It's always cool to see now more people being nominated for genre roles there. You saw that with Everything Ever All at Once. You saw that with The Substance getting nominated. So it's interesting that more actors now are getting nominated for these type of roles, and I like that a lot. And the whole thing about, the whole the kids running and the whole how people run like that, that was just weird in and of itself. And then that really worked, and how creepily, it's so simple, but it's very creepy in how that kind of works there. So yeah, I greatly enjoyed Weapons a lot. It's my number 12th movie, favorite movie of 2025 there.
It's a very good pick.
Very nice there. All right there. My number 11th favorite movie of 2025 is going to be for another horror film there. And that is going to be for the Filipino brothers there, who did another movie. And I love Talk to Me a lot. It was one of my favorite movies of that year. It came out as well, just like with Zach Krieger's Barbarian. And then they return with another banger. And that is
at my house, I own the hand from Talk to Me.
Yeah, you did. I think you did show us that. Yeah, when you did show us that. So that's a cool thing there.
I showed us. I showed it on stream. I have the hand.
Yeah.
I ain't getting anything from this movie though.
Nothing. Maybe you can get some hair. Get some hair.
This was too evil.
Bring Her Back. The Filipino brothers, I mean, we noticed it in this being their second movie. I guess they got their own thing, kind of where they get a veteran actress. They put her with some people who've never acted before, who have little to no acting experience, like the girl who's visually impaired, who's never acted in anything before, who does a phenomenal job in this, who really adds a sense of tension to this because of her being visually impaired. So it adds even more fear in the movie there, having her in this and what she's going through. And then plus this other kid in it, who he's been in some other stuff before, but yeah, he hasn't been in a whole lot. And then he also does a fantastic job in this. And then Sally Fields, she's also fantastic. And about what she sorry, Hawkins. Yeah. I'm thinking about the Flying Nun.
Paddington's mom.
Yeah, Paddington's mom there.
Yeah,
Sally Hawkins.
Paddington's mom and The Shape of Water.
Yeah, the fish fucker. Yeah, and she does really. And then what the movie really does a great job at making you go with her, even though she's doing this terrible thing, and like you kind of get it, you kind of understand it. And the movie really makes you, still kind of understand where she's kind of coming from, even though she's doing this terrible thing, which I really commend the movie for doing. And yeah, the directors are great with actors there. I saw that with Talk to Me as well. The lead actress in that was also the first big thing she'd ever been in before. She didn't
Right.
really have a lot of acting credits, so they're very, very good with actors. Shame they're not doing the Street Fighter movie. I would love to see what they would have done with Street Fighter.
I would
Hey,
love to see that too.
yeah, I think this was like the first thing I saw where there was an announcement after they left the Street Fighter movie, and it's like bullet dodged.
Oh
Mm.
wow, okay.
Yeah.
So there's that.
What piece of advice? Like hide your knives, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, if a kid grabs a knife by the blade, maybe keep an eye on him.
Man, the most uncomfortable I've ever been in a theater was watching Bring Her Back. I was squirming the whole time, especially the ending with that conclusion of what happens there. Yeah, and like just laughing out loud at how uncomfortable this movie is. That's how,
I think we said it in the review. It's like the movie is so uncomfortable and so just uncompromising in how dark it is that you can't help but laugh because that's the only reaction your body physically can muster up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, my number 10 movie there of 2025 is going to be for The Secret Agent. The Secret Agent there. Is a movie there starring Wagner Moura there. One of my picks for best actor this year in 2025, this past year. Really, really amazing job here. This movie incredibly well directed, and also how it incorporates like film into it as far as like classic films like Jaws or The Omen, and how it incorporates that into the movie. Also, that's pretty amazing there because one of the characters in the movie owns like a theater, and how that's brought into the film. But yeah, this is a fantastic really movie here. Just the way the story is told, the performances across the board. Really loved it a lot, and just you didn't really know. I was kind of like, where's the story going to go, and what is the meaning behind the story, and just kind of talking about it and discussing it, and seeing other people review it. That's also been a great enjoyment of it, of kind of watching it there. So yeah, I greatly, really, really loved Secret Agent. This is the favorite probably to win Best International Film at the Oscars. There's some other foreign films I have on my list I think are better than this, but this is still really great. This is still really, really good and really well done. So yeah, Secret Agent, I loved a lot there. I think you still have to pay for it to rent it. I don't know what platform is going to come on just to be available. Probably HBO Max, probably the best guess. Either that or Hulu. They usually do a lot of the Oscar films after it's done, so maybe people can catch it there.
Yeah,
all right.
Hulu tends to release a lot of the international features. I remember like when it won a couple years ago, Another Round, that was where it would dropped onto.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Peacock also surprisingly has like pretty good movies on streaming. Like Begonia just premiered on Peacock.
Okay, nice. Very dope there. All right. My number 9 pick, best movie of 2025 there is going to be for the Paul Thomas Anderson movie, One Battle After Another there. One Battle After Another. Exquisitely made film there. Just in terms, I mean, this scene right here alone, people talking about this weeks after the movie came out there. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of discourse around this movie, the politics around it, the way it portrays certain things in it. For sure. I mean, those things are definitely worthy of conversation and how those things are kind of depicted in it. But people have all those criticism of it. People can still go, but this is still a badass movie, though. I mean, you got to admit, this is still a cool fucking movie.
This is still a great fucking movie.
Even with all this other kind of shit going on in it that may be problematic or maybe issues with it. Yeah, this is still really great. And the performance is
I think it helps like the main target of like the problematic is Steve Lockjaw, who is supposed to be like the most repulsive character on screen.
Boy, yeah. I really wanted to see his comeuppance come in that movie.
And I'm thankful for the amount of memes that have come out of his performance, especially like because this came out the same year as Avatar 3. It's like, you like blue girls?
And he's blue himself. He's like a Navi guy himself.
Right.
Yeah. That really works there. I wonder who's gonna win, because I think it is gonna be best supporting is gonna be one of the people from One Battle. If it's gonna be
Mhm.
Benicio or Sean Penn, I'm wondering who it's gonna be.
I would
I,
imagine it's Sean Penn just because he's a more like, animated performance and he's just
mhm.
like he just stands out a lot.
Yeah. All right. That was my number ninth pick there. And my number eighth pick is going to be for Marty Supreme. Marty Supreme. So the Safdie brothers, they split up. One brother did the Smash Machine. You had that Benny Safdie who did that, which was fine. It was all right. And then you
Mhm.
had Josh Safdie who did Marty Supreme. And yes, Marty Supreme is the better movie out of two brothers there. Uh, and this one, I mean, if you've seen Uncut Gems, if you've seen Good Time, it basically is that
Mhm.
movie kind of again, except he just plays ping pong. And you have Timothy Chalamet here. It's another deplorable guy who's a piece of shit, who's trying to do whatever he can to get over on other people so he can get his and fuck everybody else. That's what you kind of get here. And he's a piece of shit. And sometimes it's fun to
Yeah.
watch pieces of shit be pieces of shit. And I
Yeah.
think that works here.
Especially when you get to like the very ending of this movie where, he's basically like fighting a losing battle. The only victory he gets is a moral one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the case with a lot of these Safdie brother films there with that. So yeah, I thought it was still a lot of fun. Again, very combines that dark humor, drama really well there with it. Very very good stuff there with it.
Yeah,
So are you all predicting he will win Best Actor Timothy Chalamet for the Oscars there?
I, I think he'd be a heavy favorite, especially with
Mm.
how much he's been campaigning for it. This is, an A24 like kind of art house movie, and I was seeing like stuff for Marty Supreme all over the internet.
Yeah, he was on
Mm.
top of that Vegas dome shit and
Yeah, the
promoting the movie.
Sphere, the
Yeah.
Sphere promoting that movie. He dropped a fucking rap video to it.
Oh
Yeah.
boy. Playing his character from Saturday Night Live, I guess.
Who's this character
No,
from
no,
Saturday Night
no.
Live?
He's basically like playing a version of like a Tekashi 6ix9ine, but
Right.
real Chalamet has actually kind of got some bars to him.
Okay, nice. All right.
Yeah.
So that was my number eighth pick. So my number seventh pick is going to be for the Rose Byrne film, If I Had Legs, I Could Kick You. We just talked about Best Actor, who could win in that category there, and who could be up for that. This is my pick for who can win for Best Actress. I really loved Rose Byrne a lot in this movie. She really carries this movie. This really is her movie there, and she's really is just focused on her pretty much the entire time. And yeah, it's just about like, why you shouldn't be a parent. If you ever wanted a movie to show you why you shouldn't have kids, this is the movie to really show you that. Her just have the whole weight on the of the world on her shoulders, dealing with all this kind of stress of everything, like houses falling apart. Her kid who's got medical issues, she's in therapy herself while being a therapist. She's got a whole lot of fucking issues there and dealing with them and trying to parse everything out. And yeah, this was an incredibly stressful movie watching it there, and I think she does an amazing job carrying this whole thing. So yeah, absolutely fantastic lead performance for Rose Byrne, and really really good movie. I liked If I Had Legs, I Could Kick You a lot. I like that movie quite a bit. All right, my number six pick was a movie that had a troubled release schedule. Like it released early in festivals a couple years ago, and then it was struggling to find a distributor, but then it finally did, and then it finally got. And then when they were about to release it, they're like, "Oh, this dude fucked up, so we got to wait to release it." But then it was able to come out, and that was Magazine Dreams, starring
Mhm.
Jonathan Majors.
Mhm.
This is another kind of Taxi Driver, basically, that you have here, except focused on a guy who is in incredible pursuit of being a bodybuilder, being a top bodybuilder there. Yeah, Jonathan Majors, man, kind of like a guy like David Johnson, who was kind of had a super career rise there. People got, oh, this guy's super talented. And I first saw him in that movie, San Francisco.
Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Yeah, and he just blew up from that, and he started being in Marvel movies and all this stuff, and then he just fucked it all up there. So I don't know if he's gonna rise again. I don't know, but this is one of my favorite male lead performances of the year. It's one of the best performances of the year that won't be nominated for anything because of that. Because I don't even know how many people even saw this movie, really. But yeah, he is absolutely fantastic in it, and much like with Rose Byrne and If I Had Legs, I Can Kick You. I mean, he carries this. He really does. This is kind of his movie, and it's a sad kind of movie there. It's something like Good Time, something like Taxi Driver, Joker, you know what I mean, where it's just this kind of sad downfall of this guy, and you're just kind of watching this train wreck, and it's like, oh man, think like how bad is this going to end? And you just keep watching it, and you just want to close your eyes and kind of go like, oh man, when is it
Yeah,
going to
this
be over?
yeah, this is one of the best movies that I can't wait for frat bros to completely misunderstand.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good in this. I haven't seen the entire movie, but from all the clips I've seen him, and he's terrific. So I'm glad he's getting recognition here.
Yeah. So my number 5th movie there is another foreign film. I just saw it very recently there. It's a movie called It Was Just an Accident. Now, I didn't really know much about this movie coming into it there. And I just heard a lot about it, wanted to check it out. So I finally did. And to learn the premise of it and kind of what's going on of it, it's kind of another situation where it blends kind of dark humor with a very serious situation, with these people finding potentially their torturer and person in an Iranian prison that tortured them in Iranian prison there. And they decide like, okay, we should kill this guy or not. Is this the person who did torture us while we were in prison? And it's this person and a cast of characters all in a van trying to make this decision of what they should do with him. Really, really amazing movie there. Stressful movie. Like I said, also weirdly comical at some points of it, and kind of how they're dealing with the situation, which is also very interesting. Yeah, this movie, like I said, didn't know much about it, and it just caught me kind of by surprise watching it. I go like, oh, so this is why this movie was on so many best of lists. It is so amazing. And that dude right there, the kind of the Freddie Mercury looking guy, he's the best. He's kind of one of my favorite parts of it because he's so intense. He's like, man, fuck all this talking, man. Let's do something. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Even if it is the wrong guy, fuck it. Who cares? Like, let's just get rid of him. I mean, he's already heard our voices and everything.
Shit, in for a penny.
Yeah, like let's just fucking do it, man. Like it's like, oh shit. So yeah, I absolutely really love this a lot. It's my 5th favorite film there. Yeah. What were you gonna say something there, Neil? Or?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. So I'm moving on to my 4th favorite film of 2025 there. Throw some anime in there. I try to throw at least one animated movie on my list a year.
Good.
And that is going to be my pick as one of the best animated movies of the year. Is going to be for Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man, the movie there, Reze Arc there. The creator of Chainsaw Man is becoming one of my favorite creators in anime right now. He's done a lot of really great stuff, and I think he continues that with this movie here. This is an adaptation of one of kind of the shorter stories of the manga there. Gorgeous animation, really, really super gorgeous animation there. One of the best animation I've seen all year. The action is incredible there. Mappa, I think, did the animation for this, and they're known for doing really such amazing animation with their things. Also, the story of this, if people don't know the character there and kind of story, a little bit of incredibly horny, kind of sad kind of guy. And he kind of gets honeypotted a little bit by the character there, the Bomb Devil, and you just kind of see how kind of sad and desperate he is. But it's very sympathetic in a way there, while also being sad. But very, very beautiful story along with the beautiful animation. You gonna say something, Neil?
The only reason I did not see this movie is because I've never seen Chainsaw Man before, and yes, I need to see Chainsaw Man. I will fix that this year.
Yes, I highly recommend it, man. Chainsaw Man. This is number 3 for me. Number 3 favorite movie of 2025 is going to be Sentimental Value. Sentimental Value there. Really, really great film. Really performance-driven film there a lot. Everybody in this movie is top of their game. From Stellan Skarsgård to Inga to Renee, who's building up a great resume. I mean, I saw that movie Worst Person in the World. She was also really great in that as well. Stellan Skarsgård, who's really great in this. And then also Elle Fanning, who has a short bit in this movie. She's also really fantastic in this as well. But yeah, this was just a really beautiful film about connection, about family, about the impact of art that can have on connection, that I really liked a lot. So yeah, this was really great to watch all across the board there for this. So very, very beautiful film. If nobody's ever checked it out, Sentimental Value, really great. I highly recommend that. All right. My number 2 pick there for best movie of 2025 there is going to be for the film No Other Choice. No Other
Mhm.
Choice there. Park Chan Wook, who's done a lot of great movies there. He's done one of my favorite movies of all time in Old Boy there. I greatly love that movie. And then he's also done Housemaid. He's The Housemaiden. He's also done Decision to Leave there. People keep telling me how great that movie is. I want to check that out.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's
But
great.
yeah, No Other Choice, like Nick was talking about in his discussion about the movie. Very, kind of like a very Parasite type movie, bleak look at capitalism. This guy who's willing to do anything he can to get his job back, step over other people who's in the same position as him. That's what kind of capitalism incentivizes, is you to step over the
Mhm.
same people in the position as you to get ahead. And like much like how I talked about the other movie Bring Her Back with Sally Hawkins, of how you're rooting for this character, even though they're kind of doing terrible things. Here, I mean, this guy's doing terrible things, but you still kind of go like, I kind of want to see him make it. I kind of want to see him actually get the job. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I kind
It's
of
like
want to. And
it's like once he's forced to once he's forced to get rid of the dogs, it's like you got to get those good boys back.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, man, and like you said, the humor in it is really funny. There's something that happens where with his first victim. I won't spoil what that is, but that's really good and really well done. I like that kind of quite a bit. And since I think Park Chan Wook said he was inspired by Looney Tunes and a lot of stuff like that, he was actually inspired by that
You
No.
with
you
this
can
movie.
definitely see it in some of the framing and some of the composition in this.
I am so jealous that I have not seen this movie because like I love Park Chan Wook's work and I'm like borderline furious I have not seen this yet. So yeah, I will get on that.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm in my honorable mentions before I get to my number one movie of the year. My first honorable mention here is going to be for Wake Up Dead Man. Now, Wake Up Dead Man is a movie there. Ryan Johnson, his third movie in the Knives Out franchise there. I guess he decided a franchise that was worth his time to devote to. He was like, well, okay, I'm not doing Star Wars anymore. Might as well get sucked up into some murder mysteries there. And I like this a lot. I think, like Nick said, the best of the Knives Out movies so far that we've gotten. Daniel Craig is at peak form. I thought Josh O'Connor should have been nominated maybe for this. I thought he was that good in it. Josh O'Connor also has become one of my new favorite actors. I like him a lot in pretty much everything he's in. He was also in another movie this past year called The Mastermind, which is pretty good as well. If anybody wants to check that out, I thought he was really good in that. But yeah, still really funny, still really great. Daniel Craig, I love seeing him play this character. I enjoy that quite a bit. But yeah, great cast as well in this. Everybody really plays their role quite well. So I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah. And another reason I love this movie so much is I won't say why, but we got a little sneaky Casino Royale reunion in this.
Okay, nice there. And which was that? I'm trying to think.
That was Jeffrey Wright.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Oh yeah. That. Oh yeah. I forgot he was the American CIA guy. in that.
Felix Leiter in that.
Yeah. Okay. My next pick here for honorable mention is going to be for a movie that came out very early in the year. It was one of two Steven Soderbergh movies to come out this year, and that is Presence. Presence was a horror movie that came out this year. Now, this kind of got maybe mixed reaction, because Steven Soderbergh, what I really admire about him is he changes up. He does different things there. He changes styles. He does all these different type of movies, experiments. And with this, it's all from the perspective of you're the presence, you're the thing in the house, and you're following around this fucked up family. And when I reviewed it, I was like, well, shit, you the least scary thing in this house because the family's more scarier than the actual ghosts, like what they kind of got going on, and what they're dealing with. So I thought that was kind of very interesting there, and it kind of caught my attention early on. It was one of my early favorites of the year. Stayed on my list as an honorable mention there. But I could see people liking this or really hating it, because it is kind of very slow and it is very kind of slow paced there, and it doesn't really take a while to really get to much. But yeah, I like it quite a bit.
Yeah, this movie is actually was surprisingly really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And fun fact: the woman that plays the older daughter, she's going to be Chun-Li in the Street Fighter movie. So hopefully she's good
really?
in that.
Okay,
Yeah,
looks.
She did really well in this movie. So hopefully she does as well as Chun-Li.
Oh, nice. There. Okay, she must have, because she bulked up, I guess. Yeah, because I did not
Yeah.
recognize her at all. Okay,
I mean, you kind of have to when you play Chun-Li to be fair, but yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I admire this movie a lot. I haven't seen Black Bag, which boo on me for somebody who loves Steven Soderbergh. And I think I admire this movie more on a technical level than I do screenplay wise, because so much of this is shot in continuous takes. Like if an actor flubbed a line, or like if a read on a bit of dialogue didn't work, you're kind of stuck with it. And I think you got some of that in this movie, especially when it came to like a character who like plays one of the kids' friends.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, my next honorable mention here is going to be for, we talk about movies that make us uncomfortable this year. I talked about Bring Her Back, that movie there, and this is another movie that will make you very, very uncomfortable as well. It's a movie called Lurker. It's a kind of a smaller movie that came out there. I think it was done by, I want to say Neon, I want to say, or A24. I think Neon, I believe. And yeah, it's just about this guy who gets really attached to this famous person there, becomes obsessed with him, becomes obsessed with the attention he gets from being part of the entourage of a famous person, and how he just kind of worms his way into it, and how he kind of psychologically manipulates all these people and blackmails them, and psychologically tortures the celebrity. Yeah, this is really this is really kind of fun. I just kind of like watching fucked up shit like that. And how he's able to do that, which really kind of works. But yeah, this was kind of a really enjoyable watch, and one of a kind of a smaller movie that came out there, and seeing where things are going to go, and if he can win out in the end. Another movie about another kind of deplorable kind of guy who's, like I said, willing to go the extra mile for this. But yeah, have you guys heard about this movie, Lurker?
I've heard about it. I've been meaning to check it out. I just haven't been able to find it anywhere.
Okay, yeah, I recommend it. I think, what did I see? Oh, Mubi. It was on Mubi, the streaming platform Mubi. I think. Don't get Mubi. The player there sucks. That's player is fucking terrible on Mubi. My next honorable mention is going to be for a movie that me and Neil reviewed that stuck with me, and it's going to be for the film Twinless. Twinless. I quite enjoyed this. Dylan O'Brien there really surprised me. I didn't know he was this good as an actor. I really liked him a lot in this. I'm going to see him again in next week, because he's going to be in Send Help in a couple of weeks. So playing the asshole boss in that. And it's just about a guy who lost his twin, who got killed there, and he's trying to find kind of life again, trying to find the joy of life and get out there again. And he ends up meeting another guy who also had a twin who died, and forming a connection with him. And really just kind of beautiful story, much like something like I mentioned before about just human, like sentimental value, about human connection, and trying to somebody you need somebody else to kind of be there with, and I think that this movie exemplifies that. So yeah, really, really well done movie there. Twinless, I liked it quite a bit there.
This is my pick for the most underrated movie of the year.
Nice. What about you, Nick? Have you checked it out?
This is another one that I missed. I kept seeing it on a lot of my friends' best of lists that I've been meaning to watch it. I just, it's one of those that fell by the wayside.
Yeah. Another movie on my honorable mention. This is an animated film here. I'm going all the way to China. This is Ninja 2. Ninja 2 here. Now I've not seen the first Ninja. There, I've been meaning to check it out since seeing this second one, but this was a smash hit. This is the highest grossing animated film of all time. I think it made over $2 billion or something like that. Yeah, really, really huge smash hit, and epic storytelling. With this, I mean, you see with all this kind of stuff going on the screen, and all of it happening, and him fighting all these kind of different demons and whatnot. I mean, really, really well. And then this did so well, they even re-released it. They did a whole English dub of it. It did so well there. So super impressive movie there. I was really impressed with it a lot. But like this scene right here, like you think it's like super chaotic, you can't make out what's going on, but you actually can. It actually is kind of shot really well there. So yeah. The only thing I didn't like was some of the kind of childish kind of humor, the fart jokes and things like that in it. That was about it. The puke kind of jokes, but that was kind of about it. But yeah, really, really cool. Really, really good animated film there. Another one on my list here, another movie. My honorable mention is going to be Sorry Baby, which Nick already had on his best of already. Yeah, great directorial debut from Eva Victor. Liked the storytelling, like what it had to say. Like you said, it's not too preachy there. It's very a movie that's just exploring kind of trauma there, but not in such a like, you're in your face type of way. Which was I thought very well done and very kind of this quiet kind of uh emotional kind of issues that people deal with and how they kind of struggle with it. And Naomi Aki is who was also the friend in this, so she's had a pretty good year too. Mickey 17, she was also in there as well. So Naomi Aki does really well there.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
Naomi Aki as an actress. She's great in everything.
true, she is great in everything. I do like her quite a bit. And my last honorable mention is going to be for a movie that was also on Nick's list already. And Neil, this was on your list too, I believe, already.
All right.
And it's going to be for Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Guillermo del Toro, like I said, a movie that he's been working up to his whole life. He's wanted to do Frankenstein forever, and he's finally gotten the chance to do it there. And what a great job he did there. Gothic storytelling there. Oscar Isaac, Jacob Elordi, Mia Goth. Does such a wonderful job. Liked it quite a bit there. Do you all think this is the best Frankenstein adaptation?
I don't know if this is the best Frankenstein adaptation that I've seen, but it is my favorite.
Yeah, I think this is the best adaptation of the book. The original Universal horror film is still like an all-time classic, but as far as adapting the book Frankenstein, this is the best one.
Yeah, and Jacob Elordi, I thought, yeah, he should be. I mean, it's a tough year this year. Maybe in a lesser year, I think he would be nominated for his performance as the creature. Liked him quite a bit there as that, and like I said, surprised the hell out of a lot of people. A lot of people weren't expecting this from Jacob Elordi to be this good as the creature, and I thought he did such a wonderful job in that. Best of. This is my number one movie of the year. And it could be nothing else but Sinners. Sinners. It's always great when a movie that you're really highly looking forward to, anticipating, pays off. And this movie did it. Beautiful looking movie, shot on IMAX. That looked really great. The way it was able to blend in the history there of things and combine that with this kind of storytelling got going on with magic, with vampires, all that. Great cast across the board there. Everybody involved and what they did. Ryan Coogler, he's up there, like Neil was saying, a lot with directors. Like, the names of those directors in the era where that doesn't really matter so much anymore. Directors' names, where it's all about the IP. His name carries weight. Like a Christopher Nolan, like a Jordan Peele, like a Steven Spielberg. People go like, oh, I want to go check out that new Ryan Coogler movie, the guy who did Black Panther, the guy who did Creed, the guy who did those kind of big movies there, and making movies that are meant for the big screen there, that are meant to be seen on the big screen there and to be enjoyed on the big screen, that makes you enjoy cinema as a big spectacle. They're much like Nolan, and I love that a lot. Yeah. Can't say enough great things about Sinners there.
It's shocking that Sinners are all three of our number one picks. So like, it's a hell of a movie and it's very well deserved.
Yeah. And we talked about how a theme of like ownership is such a big theme in this film, and we can't not discuss that. This is kind of a historical deal because the rights to this film will revert back to Ryan Coogler in 25 years, which I think is a first for Warner Brothers.
Yeah. So, he worked out a great deal with it. And I can't tell you how much of a reductive take it is for people to say, well, it's just like From Dusk Till Dawn. It's like, no, it's much more than From Dusk Till Dawn. First of all, it's a good movie, not like From Dusk Till Dawn. But and I know some people say, well, it loses me when it goes to the vampires and all that other stuff there. But the sequence, in the juke joint when they do that, the whole going through the whole club. That's a great sequence, and that's an amazing sequence. Much like the one battle after another, the highway sequence, the road sequence, that looks really great.
The I'd Lied to You scene is like one of the best scenes of the year. Like, just incredible. Like, honestly, I was just like astounded watching that in theater. It's just incredible.
Yeah, it's like I knew that Coogler wasn't really going to miss. I knew that the movie was going to be great. I didn't get a chance to see it opening weekend, but when I finally sat down, it's like, okay, yeah, this is pretty cool. And then the I Lied to You scene started. It's like cinema.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, if there's any time to pull out that move, it's that time there to kind of pull it out there.
Absolute cinema.
It really is a holy crap kind of
It's like
scene.
It's like I knew that Coogler was a great director, but that sequence alone, it's like we got to put him in the conversation of potentially all-time great.
Yeah.
And I hope he does continue to do great things. I mean, now the bar is kind of high for him right now, and I hope he continues to do amazing things. So,
if his next movie sucks, I'm just gonna I'm ending it all.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know what is he. I don't know what he has on the horizon. I don't know if he's talking about.
I don't think he has any.
Black Panther 3, I think maybe.
I think it's Black Panther.
I think he said in an interview that he has one project lined up, and then after that is Black Panther 3.
Okay, interesting there. So yeah, and like I said,
it's X-Files. X-Files is next, and then Black Panther 3.
This is going to be a TV show. That's not going to be a movie, right?
But still him producing.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so it is true that they use the whole Blade set. They use kind of reuse some of that. They go like, hey, y'all ain't doing shit with this. Let's get the costume and let's get the sets. You can keep that up. We're gonna just use a lot of this shit there. So
I just want to thank Marvel for their sacrifice of the Mahershala Ali Blade movie so that Sinners could be the masterpiece it is. So thank you, Disney and Marvel.
Yeah.
Thanks for fumbling the bag.
Yeah.
Your sacrifice was welcome. Yeah. So
it was not in vain at all.
That was my list. Best movies of 2025.
Very good list. Very good list.
Thank you.